Hey YouTube, this is another DVD spotlight. This time it's actually a VHS. It's the Good Times release of the Good Times home video release of Godzilla vs. Megalon. Um, Godzilla vs. Megalon is another movie I grew up with from my childhood. It was like one of the first few Godzilla movies I've ever seen. So growing up as a kid, I really enjoyed it. Megalon was one of my favorite monsters growing up. Still kind of is because it was just abstract, like Gigan was, which also appears in the movie, along with technically everybody's favorite Ultraman ripoff slash robot, Jet Jaguar. The movie was just a clusterfuck of nothing, with a weird plotline that aliens, Ceetopians that live underground. Stop! Aliens that live underground want to take over Earth with Megalon, and they're like, oh, let's call the Nebula Space Hunter around and let's borrow their Gigan and destroy the world. So they attack, Jet Jaguar fights back, and then Godzilla shows up and is like, alright, time to get this game started. Godzilla kicks the shit out of these guys, Jet Jaguar helps out, and all hell breaks loose. Pretty much, it's one of the worst movies ever made, I think, by Jun Fukuda. I had to read the back because I always call it Fukuda because this guy just, like, hated making these movies, and a lot of people somewhat appreciate him for making these movies. I'm not not too sure. I'm really not that sure. Whatever, any chance, but one thing is, I really just enjoy the Megalon suit. It was just one of my favorite monsters, I think, because it was just, for a kid, it was, like, colorful and weird and abstract. That was something you would see, like, from Power Rangers, which is one reason why I think Gigan got so popular for many kids in my area. Like everyone in my school's favorite monster was, like, Megalon and Gigan, just because, like, as a kindergartner, everyone always hung out with everybody, and you watch stuff, and there wasn't that class of, hey, I'm a jock, I'm a nerd, or whatever, or you're that guy that thinks you're gonna grow up to be a girl, and eventually you do, but whatever. It was just one of those things. We had no class at that point. We didn't really get into the popular kids thing until we were, like, 4th graders into middle school. So we were all hanging out with everybody. We always sat around, watched movies together, and Godzilla vs. Megalon was one of our favorites as a kid growing up for Godzilla fans in my area, so, that's what I like. The fights were pretty stock footage usage, a lot. Stock footage used in parts of the fight, here and there. One of the things I always liked about the movie was the Ring of Fire, where Godzilla and Jet Jaguar are stuck in this ring of fire, and Godzilla jumps on Jet Jaguar's back and they fly out of it. And then the other one when they're shooting Megalon and Gigan and they're running like hell because they're getting shot at. I enjoyed that as a kid. It was just so comical and fun and entertaining. I mean, one of the best scenes I enjoyed was when Megalon's on top of this, like, mountainside where there's a dam, and a dump truck is letting out the people that made Jet Jaguar, and Gigan, like, breaks through the dam. Not Gigan, Megalon, like, breaks through the dam. It was just very creative, like, the angles and that, which really caught my attention. I mean, the real reason why I like Godzilla movies nowadays is just the special effects in general. It's, like, that's why I don't really watch the show movies as much anymore, is because I didn't really like their stories. They didn't really seem that evolved, like, later on. So, people might get pissed at me, but I couldn't get into most of the stories as, like, adulterated. Just, it didn't catch my attention as, like, the actual monsters battling and the effects going off in the, just how it was made. It was just purely how it was made that entertained me. And that's all I can really think of. I mean, other than that, it's a Titanic tag team, Godzilla style. Oh my god! But it only shows 2 monsters! Where do you get the other 2 from? I don't know. Maybe we're in the land of, Michael Bay's of What the Fuck Happened to Barricade. Maybe. The Void of Nothing. I don't know, really. It's like they just ripped them out of the whole box. Even though the title says Godzilla vs. Megalon, it really doesn't tell us that there's a tag team involved, really. It doesn't, unless you read the back of the freaking box. Unless you read the back of the box. But I ain't reading it to you. I ain't. I don't feel like it. I'll just have to see it on YouTube.